Well, folks, I'm kind of excited. No, I'm not kind of. I am excited. I just got the Procolored DTF printer. I'm excited about it. Want to see how to set it up. And one of the reasons that I'm shooting this video is because I know a lot of times when I buy things from overseas, like China and places like that, the instruction booklet is not that versed on how to put things together. So I'm going to walk through this process with you, and I hope you learn some stuff with me. And then also, if you want to get your own, I have a link in the bio where you can get a discount on the actual printer itself. So I'm excited. Let's get to it. So this is the box that it came in, and it came just like this. It was delivered FedEx. I had to help the FedEx guy get it up the stairs, and of course he didn't help me get it into the house, but that's a different story. I can tell you that when I saw this little piece on top here, I thought it was a key. Come to find out, in order to unlock it, you have to unscrew it like that. This one's already unlocked. I guess somehow or another it got broke. I don't know. That was the only drawback that I had so far. So as we open it here, yeah, it's open. It's a nice case, almost like a treasure chest. And right on top here, we got the a roll of the DTF paper, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna set that to the side for a second. These two items here, I'm not fully sure what they are at this point. I think this is for ink reserve, and this right here might be for the overflow. I'm gonna set that up here on my little workbench up here. And right on top, folks, right on top here is, I believe this is the oven. So let's take this out of here. Yeah, that's the oven. So let's get this open and take a look and see what we got here. So now I got it all set, the oven out. I'm gonna take a look at it here. It's wrapped in a plastic, no bubble wrap or anything, which I think is fine because of the chest it came in. Hopefully it wasn't dropped. And right off the bat here, there is, got my handy dandy little knife here. Let's cut this off the top here. I don't know what this is. It's like a ruler of some sort, or a measuring piece. Yeah. So it's got this ruler. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be for, but we'll find out later on. I'm just going to set this to the side for a second and work my way into this plastic and try not to scratch it or anything. I guess I should have used a sharper knife. Like this here. Looky, looky. Get it all. And that's kind of nice. So, there's the oven. Almost got it unwrapped here. Get the other hand off. There you go. Alright. DTF markings on there. Air fill. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'll find out soon enough. The power button settings, and if I open it, I guess we'll figure it out. I guess the air comes through here and heats it. I'm not completely sure. There are a few scratches in here. I don't know if this is like a protective covering on there or not. I'm hoping that the instructions has something about that, but I'll find out and let us all know. Let's take a quick look at the bottom of it here. This plastic off. Pretty simple and straightforward. So we've got the oven here. So I'm gonna set this aside, and we're gonna get over and take a look at the box and see what's inside there with the printer. See if we got any instructions and stuff. Let's check this out. All right. So next we got here in this handy dandy chest. That I do like the chest. I really do. There's a box here at the side. Looks like it's kind of stuck here. So I'm just kind of peel it back. It's kind of heavy. So be careful taking it out because it is pretty heavy there. Oh, there's some more items here. Pan and some tools. We'll look at those. Syringes and things like that, I guess, for the ink itself. USB cable looks like. USB connector. and these are like swabs to clean. So I'm gonna take this stuff and I'm gonna actually just set it to the side because I'm pretty sure this stuff's gonna be very, very important for us. So I'm just gonna set that to the side there. This cardboard doesn't seem to come out, so I'm gonna have to leave it there. All right, let's get this out. Nice thick piece of protection there. And there we are. There's our printer. So let me get that printer out of there. Let me move this stuff over a little bit. We got a power cables, it looks like. Some type of adapters. I assume they go on the side of the rolls itself. So I'll set those to the side here for a second. All right, let's get out the muscles and get this printer out of here. That was pretty simple and straightforward. I'm just gonna set it on top of the box for a second. There's nothing else in there that I can see. I'm kind of holding it by myself. It is pretty heavy, but not too bad. So let's see if we can get this open. All right, here we go. Got my handy dandy trusty scissors here. They're a lot easier to cut through. I guess I got to replace the blade on my knife here. Come on now, I'm a little excited. Let's get to this. I'm going to turn this around in a second so you can see it in the camera. Let me just get the plastic off of it real quick. Toss that to the side. What we're looking at here is actually the front of the unit. There's the heads and everything. Alright, pretty cool. I'm going to assume this is where the paper is loaded. I'll sit these down for a second and I'll turn around and show the back of the unit. Let's get this plastic out of here. Off to the side with you. There's the back of the unit there. AC adapter power. And there's that little plastic tub similar to the one that I just took out of this. I guess you have two of them, or I have two of them to put to use. In the side doors here we have, look at here. We've got our places for the ink we're going to be using. And it does have an ink stir system on there, which is cool. It's very important to have it, I understand, with these. So let's see what we can do next to set up for it. Well, I got it turned back around so you can see the front of it here. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but there aren't any instructions in here. Inside the box, look at my packet here. I don't see any instructions anywhere. And this is kind of what I was afraid of, because there's nothing here to show me exactly what anything's for, where things go, except a vacuum of some sort. So what do we do at this point? Procolored, if you're out there and you listen to this, it's important that people have instructions. I'm going to assume that this is for the paper there. So no instructions anywhere. And this, I'm going to assume this is the plate that goes in the front here. So I'm going to separate this stuff and kind of look at it and see if we can figure out where this stuff goes. So like I said, there are no instructions. So my wife and I went online to try to see if there was something online. We couldn't find anything. So I got these, I assume that brackets here. I have some software here. We're gonna hook that up and see what this is about. It looks like there are 2 fuses or something in there, along with the RIP software, a small screwdriver. I have no thought in terms of what that is. I will figure it out later. Cleaning cloths, that's the USB. So I'm gonna set this stuff right here aside for just a moment. That single thing, I think this is the spindle for the roller. That's the only I can assume, because the instructions we saw had a totally different setup than what we have. I have no clue as to what this is yet, but we'll figure that out. It says handy vac, so I don't know what that's for. It's probably to pick something up or probably put those pieces there, but I'll figure that out later. I probably don't need it now. I've had a printer similar to this before, so I'm going to assume that this is to pull ink through the printer, and it has 3 syringes in there. So I'm just going to set that aside because I'm not ready to do that yet. We've got some spare tubing right here, and it looks like some spare pieces for the printer head. So I'm going to set this stuff right here aside. When I say I'm setting that aside, I'm just going to throw it to the side. And I've got this pan here, and I'm going to unwrap this pan. It's got no clue as to what. I assume that it's this shelving unit for the front of the printer. Let me just get it open as quickly as I can here. And that's what it looks, yeah, it is. This is the shelving unit for the front of the printer here. And I'm going to assume it's got little hooks in here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to see if it fits in here. Yeah, it does. So, alright, so we got our first piece installed. So that's the shelving unit for it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to put this together, figuring out where things go on my own, I assume. And we'll go from there. I guess I'll start with this. So for the next few minutes here, as I go through, if things need to be said, they'll be said, but we'll probably be speeding the video up just to save space or time. So rock with me. So I'm going to figure out how to install it on the machine. I'm going to assume this is the feed that feeds out that way. Then these, there are 4 screws here at the top. I don't know what they're for. But as you can see, they meet up. So what I'm going to do, let's see if these screws come out. So went ahead and those screws, you take them out, and this little black piece here fits nicely against it, I guess. But word of caution, have something covering this. We use this little piece here just in case the screws would fall, because once they fall in here, I don't know what you could damage in there or what happens to it. So I got those installed there. Got a handy dandy spindle here, and it looks like it just sits right here at the top somehow. So maybe I just have to adjust it a little bit. I'll move it, loosen this up a little bit. Let's see if that works better. Because it looks like it's supposed to be on the round. Yeah, that's what it is. So I'll move it over. So now, so when you put this in place, just make sure that it's kind of got like a hexagonal type of feel to it, but the ends are round. Just make sure that the round pieces sit nicely in there before you tighten it. Don't make the mistake that I did. That way it rolls easy. Alright, so we got that part. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this back up, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So I just want to point out again, bought this with our own money, my wife and I. We didn't get this from Procolored. They didn't send us anything. This is not a promotional video for them at all. It's just a person that just bought this printer and trying to figure it out. So I installed these pieces. You can see that I got it there, the rod there in the middle. The only thing I can tell you is there are 2 wheels here, almost like ball bearing wheels, and it has to sit in there just right, because I'm going to assume that you got to have this roll freely because you don't want to get caught up, or the paper to get caught up in there. So I want to point that out too. And then I'm going to assume that the wheels, this goes on here some way, so I'm going to have to center it for the paper to go in. I'm not going to do that just yet. I want to look at what else we have to do to get everything set up. So I'm assuming, now that I'm looking at these here, there's actually a screw missing. Procolored this up to, so this, I don't know if this is a used piece that they just sent to us or what. So I hope everything works out. I don't know how I'm going to fix this, but there's an actual screw missing to tighten it up. So I guess one side will be loose. I'll figure it out though. We'll figure out what happened here. So we got the rod in place, like I said, and as I'm looking at these 2 pieces lock in here. But as I look at these, they're actually missing screws. One of them is. So I don't know how it's gonna lock in place once we put it on there. It actually goes in here like that, and you're supposed to tighten down the screw to keep it from moving. So I'll have to figure that out. So Procolored, like I said, we bought this. It was not sent to us by them. So, and the instruction manual does not point out any of this stuff that I'm showing you right now. And they even got a video, and that video doesn't point it out. So it's probably one of the biggest drawbacks to this whole thing here, this whole printer. So I am going to go ahead, and it looks like this rod is bent also. But I'm gonna go ahead and look at it, and I'm not gonna install the paper just yet. I'm gonna look at the other pieces of the printer itself, like the power cable, make sure that works, and power it on and make sure that works. So we'll do that next real quick, because I'm really concerned at this point about the printer itself. So let's do that.